signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
He chose his word deliberately. Quote, he's seeking to make amend and the past, it's so personal and private, just gross. But once you violate somebody else's body, their personal space, it's no longer private, especially if the person you violated, did not want that. So people need to stand up for that. What I mean by it no longer private is if the victim is trying to get justice and wants people to make it public. The victim, we have to look at the victim in this aspect, not the perpetrator. The perpetrator, especially him, receiving taxpayers' money, this should be made public. You can't choose when you want to be public and private. The same thing they were doing with Harry and Meghan about private and public. They were all in their business. So he abused somebody, violated somebody's personal body space. So this is a public issue. All right, because now that people know what's going on, all of a sudden he wants it to be private. It's no longer private anymore. All right, let's see this, what this BS is saying. Okay, in a wide-ranging interview ahead of the Platinum Jubilee, the Archbishop of Canterbury tells Tom Bradby that Prince Andrew is seeking to make amends, having settled his sexual abuse lawsuit, and we must learn to be more open and forgiving society. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't be forgiven. Especially this guy still doesn't think he did anything wrong. So who is speaking for the children? Who are the voices for the children? Who's protecting those children who are being abused by these old people whose time should be like, All right, let's listen. It's a minute. I think there's more videos. Okay, there's the video. All right, let's listen. It's a minute. I didn't listen to it, so because I know I was gonna record.
There's a difference between consequences and forgiveness. I think for all of us, one of the ways that we celebrate when we come together is in learning to be a more open and forgiving society. Now, with Prince Andrew, I think
why the F will you bring his name in this? They must have, I don't know. They must have told him to go and speak that for him, because I have a feeling Prince Andrew wants to be on the balcony. I think he wants to be on the balcony. So, and in order for him to be on the balcony, he's sending his people, his mouthpieces, or I mean, of all people, a priest. I mean, we know what's going on in the church and stuff like that. But he doesn't have the common sense to say, I'm not gonna put my, associate my name with this. And we do know, I mean, a lot of stuff started coming out about him protecting other pedophiles. So it's in his nature. But let's listen. Shit.
Have to step back a bit. He's seeking to make amends. And I think that's a very good thing. But you can't tell people how they're to respond about this, and the issues of the past in the area of abuse are so intensely personal and private for so many people.
It's no longer private and personal because those children are crying foul. They were violated. They were, oh my God. He's even worse than, my God. How, and you never learn a damn thing. Okay, I used to talk a lot about it on this channel, but many of you said you don't wanna hear. Well, it could have been those his people who come on my channel tell me they don't want to hear about it. But it is very important. If you go on my other channel, you'll see it. I still talk about it. Okay, IPU Team Sussex. This guy even try to get Epstein linear sentences after Epstein have gone around the freaking world to abuse children. And you haven't learned a damn thing. He hasn't learned a damn thing. And then he's bringing a priest to talk on his behalf. What the F is wrong with these people over there? Shit.
It's not surprising there's very deep feelings indeed.
Okay, so that's one. Let's listen to that. How come? Okay, what did this one? Okay, it's really something extraordinary to celebrate. The Most Reverend Justin will be on Her Majesty's 70 years on the throne. What it means to be to the country. Oh my God.
It is something extraordinary to celebrate. And if we go back, 1952 was a pretty rough time for a very large number of people. The Queen has gone from that moment to this moment as the one point of absolute consistency in the life of...
You got something right here, the absolute consistency. You know, you have the Commonwealth countries, the black Commonwealth countries around the globe, wherever they are, okay, been suffering under her reign. Things that I wasn't aware of, I'm aware of now. And there's plenty more, I'm sure, I don't know. Why doesn't she talk about reparation? Huh? Damn.
And that is, I think it's a golden thread that runs through 70 years. And to celebrate that is a great thing. I think it will lift people's spirit.
Oh my God. Something is not right over there. So there's me responding here. What about the victims? Who's going to speak for the children, the real victims? He used and abused the children, and all of a sudden priests want me to forgive the pedo, wondering what this priest has done in the dark that the royal family is using against him to come out spitting the BS. Okay, birds of a feather like to defend their own kind. Check that man's search history and hard drive. Wow. Okay, the Archbishop has said nothing like this to mitigate the vitriol against Harry and Meghan, despite the fact that he knows he officiated a private exchange of vows for them. I thought his prior prevarication meant he didn't want to get involved. My faith is shaking. Wow. I mean, my faith have not shaken. If you understand, this is a human being, okay, who's pretending to know God. okay, who's pretending to know God. It's just out of respect, because we do not know. We do not know. It's best to respect the spiritual world. Okay, it's best to respect the spiritual world. This is why every religion, I respect them, because we do not know the true what it is actually is. But so in order for us not to disrespect it, whether it's true or not, it's best to just respect it. This is a human being who's pretending, okay, pretending to know God better than anybody else. Okay, if you know yourself, you respect the spiritual world, you don't need anybody in between to officiate you how to talk to God. Okay, you can speak directly to God. You don't need somebody else. Okay, out of respect of spirituality, okay, we show respect, but you don't need a human being to tell you how to pray to your God. It hasn't shaken me one bit. What is it? When my husband wanted to get married, okay, and I was like, I wanted to marry in the church, right? So when I went to my priest, and my priest is telling me, after I told him that my husband is not Catholic and all of that, is telling me all this nonsense that he needs to do. I'm like, you know what? I didn't tell him like this, but in my mind, I just listen to him. But in my mind, as he was telling me all of this nonsense, and I'm thinking, my goodness, with all those pedals and the church, and you wanted my husband to change his religion so he could be somewhat a saint under your eyes. I said, no, I never marry in the church. I leave it as that. He doesn't need to change his religion. Okay, why are you not surprised? This man's boss is the queen. Yeah, probably the queen pushed him to go and talk about it, because this is the thing that I was saying. I think it was on my video yesterday. And some other videos as well. The queen, when it comes to her children, okay, her 4 children, she will do what it needs to be done to protect them. This is the thing here. She probably the one who pushed this guy to go talk on national television to defend her son, because the Jubilee is gonna come. She probably wants him to be on the balcony, or maybe he wants to be on the balcony, so to please him, so all of this needs to be done. I will not be surprised if he popped up in the balcony, even though they said only working royals. I will not be surprised. Okay, she probably pushed him to say, go talk positive about my son, to forgiveness and all of that. And you see, even during the ceremony for Prince Philip, okay, I know it was a test to see if people will accept Prince Andrew, make Prince Andrew walk her down the aisle. Alright, let's see here. This Justin Welby, there's the rolling eye. Justin Welby was approached by worshipper with abuse claim against priests, but the Archbishop, then Dean of Liverpool, took Canon Joseph Roberts' side. He even banned accuser from City Cathedral for being abusive and threatening. Was it that one I was talking about where the priest contacted Charles, and then next thing you know, they claimed that the victim committed suicide? I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's the same people. Okay, Robert was later jailed for offenses against 3 people, including the accuser. Lawyers said Welby should now face disciplinary action over his role in scandal. The Archbishop of Canterbury should face disciplinary action over his role in sexual abuse scandal, lawyers have said. Justin Welby failed to alert police when a priest was accused of sexually assaulting a worshipper, despite knowing that he was convicted pedophile. Wow. Alright, thank you for sharing. The royal family rehabilitation of Andrew begins. It's been beginning since the Andrew walking him down the aisle. What else? Okay, sound like the Archbishop just dropped Prince Andrew in it. What will Andrew have to make amends for if he was innocent? That's a good point. He never even met the girl. But he's giving that £12 million, if not more. Watch the full interview with Tom Bradby on ITV News 10 tonight. Prince Andrew needs to be sitting in jail. Yep. He a pedophile and was about his victim. Don't they deserve justice too? The Archbishop of Canterbury can make excuses for Andrew, but he doesn't say anything about his victims. The Archbishop can save his forgiveness. Yeah, the victim. This is the thing. Nobody's talking about the victims at all. at all. Oh my God, these old people are freaking toxic. Okay, check up on Archbishop. There's a laugh. He might have some skeleton in his class. I think so too. Because there's no way he will add his name. They probably threatened him and said, you better go talk, positive about my son, or else we're gonna, say some shit that you did. All right, he might have some skeleton in his closet too. You know how these men with similar things in common like to stick up for each other. It's that the queen ordered him to show support to Andrew so she can show him off at Jubilee. See, this is what I was thinking. There's always a catch. I think so too. This is what I was saying. I will not be surprised if he's at the balcony. Dude wasn't seeking to make amends. He got sued and he was forced to respond with the British taxpayers' money. Okay, how do pedophile and prison make amends? He could start by confession. Quatch. Okay, the UK press or not? Well, that's for sure. Alright, so there's more comment. There's more, but let's see. Let's go to the next tweet that was retweeted of that same thing. Okay.